celebrate the Queen's birthday? You know what amuses me? The Queen actually has 2 birthdays, and we act so normal about it. Technically, that's called identity fraud. Imagine walking up to the NHS with your broken leg, and the nurse goes to you, so what's your date of birth? Do you want my official one, or do you want my normal date of birth? The nurse would be like, Sally, we need some help from the psychiatric department. So you don't want to mess with your date of birth in the NHS, right? Probably that's the only correct data they have about you. Your name is misspelled all the time. Your address, obviously you keep moving around. Your medical history, painkillers, 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 so you don't really want to mess with your date of birth with the NHS, right? But the Queen doesn't have these problems, you know. Hey, who cares? We get 2 days holidays, so we enjoy that. I've become a British citizen recently. You beat the line. I've become a British citizen legally. You know, you have to say that these days because people don't believe you. When I say this to my brown friends, they think I just got married to a white girl. And when I say this to my white friends, they just come up to me and they're like, "Oi, congratulations, mate. I know you were good with computers and shit." Computers and shit? You know, the CGI and graphic design stuff. They think I just forged a passport. You know, you don't want to spend your graphic design background printing 30 empty pages and 1 page with your own photograph. That's the worst thing you could actually do. So I outsourced it to my cousins in India. But you need to take a test, you know. You cannot relax. You know, you need to take a test in this country. It's called Life in the UK test. 24 questions, multiple choice, you know, because in Britain we love giving options to everyone. So once you clear the test, you're like 1 step closer to being a citizen. I didn't know about this. I personally thought you could just call everyone a wanker and become British. Like, shit, just add wanker to every single sentence. You're like, I'm British, I can do this all day, you know? Especially when you're in the tube station, when we get pissed off with a tourist. Come on, don't make that look. We all get pissed off with the tourists. I'll tell you when. Especially when they're standing on the left side of the escalator. You're like, you just want to walk up to them slowly and you're like, "Get out of my way, you wanker." Like, seriously, right? So I personally thought I could just do this, right? And when someone comes to you and they're like, "Hey, do you want to go for a Sunday roast?" I'm like, "Fuck that, I want to go for a bougie brunch now." I can do British things. So, I mean, it's like asking a white person, "Hey, do you know India?" Of course, I've taken yoga classes. But, you know, you need to take the test. You need to prove to the country that you understand the values and the culture of this country so that, you know, you could be invited to the community. So I signed up to the test. In order to prepare for the test, you think, you know, your British friends and colleagues could actually help you because they're fucking British. You guys know shit about your own history. I don't blame you. Your forefathers have gone around this world and fucked up so much. There's so much material to go through. You know, the content is lot. There's a huge book. So I called up my mate James. I didn't have an option. So I called my mate James. I'm like, "Mate, I got this test coming up. You know, you need to help me out." And he goes like, "Oh, mate, this is easy. You know, you're one of us now. You're already doing British activities on your day." And then he goes to me, "You know what? Just do this one thing for me, right? Just make a list of things from the time you wake up until you go to bed. That's it." I'm like, you know what? Probably James is not the worst wanker I know. So I wake up the next morning, right, all excited to do what he told me. So I get off my Swedish bed. I take a cold shower in my half-fixed plumbing by a Polish plumber. I get ready, and on my way to work, I grab a coffee from a French cafe, which is made of Guatemalan seeds. Fancy. I go into work, I meet my British colleagues, and all we talk about is getting out of the UK to some hot country in Europe. Right? We finish work, We go to an Irish bar, we get shit-faced on Belgian beers, we use the American ride-sharing app which sends you a German car, and speaking to the Romanian Uber driver, I just get back to my place and pass the fuck out in my Swedish sofa, watching a shitty American series in my South Korean TV. In this. Shit. So I called my mate James again. I'm like, mate, I did what he told me to do. I don't think I did anything remotely British today. And then he goes to me, he's like, and then I ran the events with him. He goes to me, oh, I know why you feel that way, because you missed a major part in that, innit? I'm like, great, tell me, what did I miss? And then he goes to me, you know when you got shit-faced in the bar when you got back home, you forgot to order takeaway curry, innit? That's what we British do. I'm like, ordering a takeaway curry is not going to make me British, you wanker. So the day of the test comes, right? And I prepared as much as I can, and I woke up with like so much excitement. I'm like, I'm gonna be British in a few hours. Fucking someone try and stop me now. I was just like getting so excited, and I'm pacing through the streets. Anyone on my way, I'm like, get out of my way, you wankers. I'm just walking straight up, and I reach the test center, right? It's an Iran community house to take your British citizenship test center. Let me say that one more time. It's an Iranian community center to take your British citizenship test. A lady with a hijab comes to me and she's like, oh, are you here to take the test? I'm like, when you say test, you know, tick, tick, right? Not tick, tick, boom. So she's like, haha, you're very funny, come inside and look after me. And I'm like, look after me. You know, by this time I'm peeing on my pants, right? So I go inside, dark room, old computers, blue screen, perfect setting for it. I'm not gonna say it. So, and then thankfully the Queen's picture comes up, right? I'm like, shit, great. And the test begins. Guess what's the first question? How many birthdays does the Queen have? I start answering the questions, 21 questions, bang, 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 I finish everything. I just step outside, the lady comes to me and she's like, congratulations, you passed. I'm like, of course I passed, like in a damn right. I took my certificate, rushed straight outside the doors, right in the middle of the streets. I put my hands up in the air and I'm screaming, I am British! A bus comes and stops right next to my face. The driver puts his head out. Get out of my way, you wanker. Thank you so much, everybody.